Think. Yes, we are live. Welcome, everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to a new episode of TikTok, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here again. As I had a bit of a force majeure last time, I could not do it, but I hear that our Iftimia did a great job replacing me. Today, I'm actually extremely excited because for the second time in a row, we have an external guest. And for once, we're not going to talk TIC, but we will talk tech and with no less than a very inspiring, with a very, very inspiring lady with whom I had the privilege to meet and to work and to network. And she's really inspirational, Jelena Zelenovic. So I'm absolutely grateful that she has accepted our invitation. Jelena is the Chief Information Security Officer at the European Investment Bank. And she is also a passionate advocate for women, and specifically women working in the tech and the cyber environment. She has founded Women Cyber Force and Women for Cyber chapter. So it's going to be extremely insightful to discuss with Jelena on her thoughts on these topics, specifically that she's speaking from a highly expert perspective, and also from the perspective of a woman, which we know in this sector is not always easy to find. So on top of being a wonderful professional, a wife, a mother, a friend, a sister, you name it, Jelena is also found the time to write a book. So she's extremely impressive. She has a lot of humor on top of everything. So I strongly encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity, to type in your questions for her in the comment section, and I will be going back and forth looking at it and selecting the most relevant questions. So Jelena, welcome. It's absolutely a pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation. And we will delve immediately into the most important question. Who is Jelena Zelenovic? And tell us about your background and why you choose cybersecurity as a field of work.
Thank you, Hanan. Hello, everybody else. Really, thank you for the invitation and thank you for such a great introduction. I'm very honored to be with you as well and talking to you and chatting about this. So.
Sorry, I'm connecting as well on the phone to see the comments. So,
okay.
Technology, Jelena.
No problem.
There we go. I managed to mute it.
I heard myself twice. That's why I was like. But really, it's really a pleasure to have this chat with you and to discuss plethora of topics that really constitute cyber today. So I started my career in cybersecurity, and I would say probably well before we even had that word on the horizon. So it gives you a little bit of flavor how old we are in this field. Cyber didn't really exist as a word when I started, but I started in this career. And throughout this career, I would say I owned my skills as a dedicated cybersecurity professional with a diverse background in private sector, in public sector. I entered the field as an IT enthusiast and advocate, where I really, within almost 20 years that I've been here, witnessed the, I would say, transformative power of technology on the society and business, and also for us as practitioners, ultimately. And as my interests in cybersecurity grew, it just really became clear to me that safeguarding our digital future was of utmost importance in this digital world, ever-growing digital world, I would say. So my journey has been driven by the challenges because I'm a very curious person, and it requires a lot of learning constantly in this field. And also not just these challenges and curiosity, but also about protecting the information from digital threats that we have. And as I said, throughout the 20 years, we've seen so much. We've learned so much. I'm learning still every day. in a, I had a unique opportunity being in public institution to learn and gain this unique perspective of saying the importance of securing the data and systems, and also from the private sector, how rapidly you have to react and change to cyber landscape at the same time. So I really gained the insights into cybersecurity challenges that businesses faced in the private sector as well.
Yeah, you have built an admirably an incredible career, and indeed you've gathered an extensive experience in IT and obviously cybersecurity. Now that we have coined the term, moving indeed from private companies to the European public institutions, were there any specific challenges that you had to face, and you think maybe other male counterparts didn't face, and if so, how did you overcome them?
Good question. And I think there is a reason why we are still asked that, because it still happens, and it's still the field of more, I would say, male dominated field and world, not just cyber, but IT in general. But it's getting better. But I cannot say I haven't faced those challenges. They're very unique to our gender, female gender. And one of those most significant, I think, challenges or obstacles I had to overcome was this preconceived notion that people often have about abilities of women and their capabilities and role in this traditional field, still traditional. It was really, for me, it was essential to demonstrate that I was just as skilled and knowledgeable as my male counterparts in the area, if not so more during the certain events, just to overcome those biases. So at moments, I felt like I had to do double the work to show that I can do the same, and that you get accepted. But throughout the career, you learn that these are the obstacles that either you face or you get out of the career. So it's not really, I always say, it's not for the faint of heart to get into the field. It can be tough at the beginning. It can be tough even later. But these are the obstacles, to look for. But to navigate such challenges, I would say, I focused on maintaining the professional excellence, fostering the supportive networks, which is very important, staying updated with latest technologies, trends in cybersecurity, either by attending conferences, webinars, training sessions, collaborating with other women in the field also helps, sharing the knowledge, skills, your experiences. As we already said, advocating for diversity in the industry, and a lot can be done there. And I cannot say many male peers in our field have been really great to me in my career, and they have offered support, and I still have many of them who are amazing colleagues, amazing peers that I talk to, and we exchange information. So there's a lot of support. It's just we still need to get there to say, that we are there on the equal parts. And there were times, I would say, that I cannot deny that I felt discouraged and overwhelmed, especially when I encounter, that unconscious bias or questions about your technical expertise. And as you rightfully said it, these experiences were often kept from male counterparts, which made it even more so challenging to navigate the challenges, because sometimes at times they wouldn't understand how you feel. But again, preserving it, how I preserved it is I went by proving my capabilities through results, seeking out allies across genders who support the work of either internally or externally, and actively participating, in this broader, I would say, ecosystem of cybersecurity community.
So, talking about facing the challenges and addressing them, you are the president of Women's Cyber Force and Luxembourg Women for Cyber chapter. Were those challenges some of the drivers that drove basically these initiatives, or the launch of these initiatives?
Definitely. So I'm the founding board member and first president, and we made kind of a rule that every 2 years we will have a new president, new board, most of the board to be new, because then you get new ideas and you also bring other women up. So at the moment I'm an ex-president, but I founded the with other great ladies the associations, both the chapter and association here. But one of the reasons was the challenges, because you see it around you. You see a lot of women around you who are going through these challenges. So you want to empower the women to stay in the field or get into the field, or reskill themselves and come into the field. We need people. Isn't it ironic that we need people and yet we still have biases about women in this field? So I wanted to empower the women and all the other great ladies that were part of this board, to support them and to excel in the career, either taking this career as a first career or reskilling yourself. There were great stories that we had and great successes with some of the women and what we've done on reskilling parts. And now one of them is actually proud to say CISO in one of the big companies. So within these less than 4 years, 3-4 years now, we really have done a lot. So the initiative was also to focus on empowering, to build their networks for these women, help them, connect them with mentors that also we provide, try to showcase their skills and achievements, highlighting their success stories on the newsletters that we have on a monthly basis that we sent out to all the members. So for me, it really represents, maybe I'm biased, but it represents a significant step towards addressing this gender gap, having these associations.
No, absolutely. And I think that one of the specificities of female workers is that we do not know how to network, contrary to our counterparts, male counterparts. So creating those networks where people come and talk in a safe environment and connect the dots and create, maybe opportunities. And I think it's brilliant. It's spot on. And then talking about a female perspective, in what ways do you think the female perspective, such as inclusivity and intersectionality, can help improve cybersecurity practices and protect users from digital threats? Do you think there is any link or none?
No, there is. I see it. It does play a significant role in, say, bolstering cybersecurity. It provides diverse range of experiences, viewpoints that are really essential for creating the robust cybersecurity solutions. So this feminist perspective, like inclusivity, diversity, intersectionality, they really do help ensure that technologies and practices are designed to be secure for everyone, regardless of race, gender, socioeconomic background. Enhancing the overall protection against digital threats. And, for instance, feminist perspective that promotes the creation of cybersecurity system that is accessible to everyone, regardless of their physical or mental ability. It really, really is part of this feminism and inclusivity itself. And this approach really, for me, at least how I see it eliminates this digital divide that we have, which often leaves, I would say, the vulnerable population, such as elderly or disabled, at risk of cyber attacks.
Oh, yeah. And actually, I mean, talking about vulnerabilities and unconscious biases to a certain extent, I mean, all human beings are riddled with unconscious biases. This is how it is. But how can we ensure that AI isn't burdened with the same flaws, that considering that this space is now predominantly developed by white male engineers?
Again, perhaps a little bit of the last answer that I gave is this inclusivity and feminism that I believe is important. But I would say it's essential to evolve the diverse groups. Even in the AI has really significantly advanced in the recent years. So including the various backgrounds, cultures, and genders is one of the ways to do it. Promoting diversity in AI development teams, for example, could be another way. It's crucial for me to create unbiased AI. They can incorporate, when you have that diversity in the teams, you can incorporate a range of perspectives that can help identify, mitigate any biases that may arise. Promoting ethical guidelines and bias detection mechanisms can aid really in the early detection of and prevention of biases. So I think it's really important also not to forget. I would say it's also important to provide bias trainings to development teams, that they are also very well aware on the regular basis of this, ensuring this inclusive design teams, diverse data sets being used, stuff like that. So there's plenty. I think it's a multifaceted approach that should be looked at. And
Yeah, so we're entering a brave new world, Jelena, and potentially a world where the dominance of AI is going to become prevalent. So, I read a book a couple of years ago, written by Yuval Noah Harari, Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow. And towards the last chapter, I have to say, I was a bit feeling doom and gloom. He presented a very intriguing concept when he analyzes dataism. And if I understood correctly, this concept, the technological advancement of AI will transform Homo sapiens into an obsolete algorithm. And this sentence just stuck to my mind, and I was like, okay, well, there we go. This is the end of Homo sapiens. So what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's an interesting perspective. It really ignites a lot of thought. But as advancements continue to progress, I think it's undeniable the role of humans and what they will play in the society, and it will change. It will change. It's not like we can say, okay, we're not going to use AI now because we are afraid of things. No, it will change. Even our role will change. We as humans, I always say, have always been known for our adaptability. And this could be a prime opportunity even to turn it into positive and to adapt to a new era of this collaboration with technology, not to be afraid and run away. This coevolution of humans that he's been talking about, and AI is an exciting one. In my, Homo sapiens, this dominance of Homo sapiens may evolve, but instead of viewing AI as as a replacement, we should see it as a tool that really can amplify our capabilities. After all, human intuition and creativity are what makes us unique as a species. And I truly believe that these qualities hold irreplaceable value that AI could never replace. And so, as scary as the book is talking about it, I wouldn't go completely that it will replace us. I think there's a lot of unpredictability in future for us, but I also believe that it's exciting to think about the endless possibilities that could emerge from collaboration of humans and AI. And when people think we'll be completely replaced, I would like to ask the question, 20 years ago, we didn't have some jobs that we have today, and they were created because of technology. And maybe some jobs will go, but there will be new jobs coming up, some new kinds of roles in our world that will come from this. So I think it is a bit scary, but it's also very exciting to embrace it and to never forget that we can never just let it to AI. We are unique, and we always need a human in this.
Thank you so much, Jelena, for this encouraging and then exciting indeed perspective. And so now less philosophical, and let's go back a bit to more down to earth, short term challenges. The cybersecurity field is rapidly evolving, as you mentioned, and there is an increase as well in the prevalence of IoT and a rising number of sophisticated cyber attacks. What would you give as recommendations to individuals or to companies that are looking to improve their cybersecurity practices?
Number one, the most important thing is to constantly remain updated on latest cyber threats. And that's why I say this curiosity, you need to have it. You need to constantly look for what are the next challenges, because guess what? The ones who are doing bad are probably always going to be a step ahead of us. So we need to constantly learn. This also means keeping track of the latest developments in cybersecurity landscape, staying informed about the latest security breaches around, understanding potential risks associated with new technologies. I mean, again, I will go back to, constant and continuous education. I cannot stress it enough. And it's really crucial staying on top of the latest cybersecurity trends, but also for your teams to ensure that they have that training and that they get the same information out. I would say another thing, maybe adopting proactive security posture, maintaining strong cybersecurity, regular security audits to identify vulnerabilities, comprehensive incident response plan that is constantly tested and also updated, that there are lessons learned on that, fostering a culture of security awareness throughout the organization by giving security awareness training so the people who are not so advanced on the IT at least understand the risks or potential risk and what can happen to them.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned IoT, which I think once I wrote an article on that because I could talk for hours on that, but I mean, risks of Mirai botnet that have taken place before and mutated, it's something that really is still waiting for us, and we still don't have that clear solution on what we are going to do about IoT threats and risks. But, again, I say staying proactive, implementing security measures, reading about the things, networking with your peers is one of the, I think, most invaluable things you can do in this field, to network with your peers and exchange information, challenges, the ways others are doing things.
I mean, this duality of the exciting opportunities and also, well, the challenges that come with them, we see them as well in other areas. These last months of 2023 have been very promising in the digital world, and with the, I would say, a vulgarization of some sorts of AI. Just a couple of months ago, I had never heard about ChatGPT, and now I'm pretty sure that the team here is using it. So that's
Who isn't? Who isn't?
Well, I haven't discovered yet how it works. I have to say that, not yet.
I need to see you. I need to come over.
Yes, absolutely. I want a training session. I'm becoming too lazy. But I'm pretty sure that my team is using ChatGPT and other generative AI models, my daughters as well. So obviously this is a great opportunity, a great learning and a progressing opportunity. But obviously there must be increasing potential risks as well and challenges in terms of cybersecurity that could come through this. What could these be? What scenarios would you imagine?
I mean, from both sides, you're right. It has its opportunities and its challenges. So, from cybersecurity point of view, it can aid in, enhancing the security measures and automating the defenses for cybersecurity professionals, increasing the efficiency that way. In threat detection prevention points of view, it can, for example, you can leverage it to provide real-time threat intelligence, analyze security data or the logs, minimize the response time to potential attacks. But there are risks, I would say, and we cannot stay quiet about it. They can open up some venues for exploitations. I mean, you can write the codes now for to exploit someone's laptop using the ChatGPT. Maybe not the first time, but if you prompt it a few times, you will come up with something. And these might be difficult to detect and mitigate for some of us as practitioners if they come up first time and we haven't seen it before. So, it is a benefit and it is also a threat a lot. One needs to know and get acquainted with the tool, needs to know the power of the tool because it's quite powerful. I'll show you everything, Hanan, when I see you.
Yeah, it's a promise.
I promise. It's quite cool and quite dangerous at the same time. But I still again say you shouldn't be afraid to try to use it to see its potential. Because
we have a date.
Sorry?
We make a date of it.
I will do it with you. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're gonna have a fun night one time.
I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely looking forward to it. Do you have any recommendations as my last question? Then I'll go and check what's going on if we have questions from the attendees. Would you have any recommendations for young talent out there who's inspired by you and who wishes to follow on your footsteps?
Definitely. I mean, I could say plenty of things. I mean it for so long. I don't know anything else but cyber in my career. So I would say, like, be prepared for challenging yet extremely rewarding journey. I cannot imagine myself not doing this. Staying curious, never stop learning. Ask for mentors if you need to. Don't be afraid to ask for mentors. Try to get some experience in different companies, like internships, um, or try to do something yourself, or go for hackathon competitions. Just be curious about the field. There's plenty to learn, a plethora of things. And I always say, like, cybersecurity intersects with various fields, be it law, be it psychology, be it philosophy when it comes to ethics. So don't think, oh, because I didn't do IT, which I did because it was more traditional at that time. When you do it, you go into that field. But don't think if you didn't do it that you cannot make that path into cybersecurity. As I said, philosophy, it comes to ethics. And now ethics are very important for artificial intelligence. So understanding those intersections, I would say, can give you a much broader perspective that is highly valued in the industry today. And never underestimate the power of networking. I'll say it again to everybody. These professional relationships can really lead you to opportunities and collaborations that might not have been apparent to you at early stages in your career.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant recommendations, and not only for the field of cybersecurity, indeed, for every professional path in terms of networking and staying curious. And it's absolutely spot on, Jelena. Thank you so much. There is a question from actually young talent that we have. We're very proud to have her amongst the team. That's Man Nguyen, who is our digital policy manager here in TIC Council. And Man is asking, what trends are you seeing in cybersecurity for 2024? More specifically, when it comes to cyber strategic directions of the EIB. Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to share that in public.
No, maybe we can have her with us one evening.
Absolutely, we'll have her with
I
us.
cannot share those things. Sorry, it's the work.
No, don't worry. Yeah, that this is unfortunately not Chatham House rules. So, but in general, what do you see? What do you see as new trends or potentially emerging trends in 2024? Things that we didn't see before. And actually, you mentioned it a little bit now when we were talking about ChatGPT. I'm not sure I understood everything about the code and the computer the first time you use it. Is that a new trend?
No, that was old, Hanan. I will come get you.
I told you I'm not a cybersecurity expert. But I'm listening.
I see a need to have a meeting with you.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm a cautious user.
I'm just afraid that we are not going to come to the topic. We're going to talk about everything, but that when we see each other, you know. But I see, like, a trend is going to be still a lot of threats with AI. It's powerful, and I think people are going to find new ways constantly with the AI, how to attack, what to do with ChatGPT, how you can use it differently. At the same time, I think the trend will be on our side, on a good side of the defenders, to learn more, to see how we can defend better with the same tools. Again, opportunities and challenges there.
Yeah.
And I see ransomware being still very high risk because it's very motivated by money, power, users who are still not trained. Training the users will still even more so become more important, and I cannot stress that enough. The trainings for users there's plenty of users who still don't know all the risks. No, so, quantum, probably, everybody's talking about AI, but I think we should even start thinking a lot more and talking a lot more about quantum itself. There's been plenty of developments, and I think it's still not talked about how many benefits there will be and threats with quantum. So I see it maybe coming, and hoping maybe myself that it will come much more in 2024, all the capabilities, power of it, and the risks that come with it.
Wow. Well, I think we need to have another session dedicated to quantum. And then what we can do is bring in an expert from the TIC sector to give their perspective on how they can support and how they can collaborate with you and other practitioners to address these issues. So this has been so much fun as I was expecting it to be. It was fantastic talking to you, Jelena. Very insightful indeed. It's good to have more women in our TikToks, and specifically when we have inspiring figures such as yourself. So thank you so much. Big thanks, obviously, to the audience for their participation. We will be announcing another TikTok very soon. So to the people following, make sure to check our LinkedIn page to stay updated. And Jelena and I were meeting face-to-face for a special training, ChatGPT training.
Have to. And thank you, Hanan. Really a great pleasure. And it passed by so fast. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jelena. Take care. See you soon.
Bye. Take care. Bye. Thank you. Bye.